Um, let's see. So another question, which is like related to this. I was going to ask you to explain the chakra system, and also I was going to ask about in the same question, tell about the male and female channels in every human being. So since it's related to this question, if you want to start with the male and feminine channels, like you were just speaking of.
Yeah, the central channel is the same for obviously for both male and female. Just the male and female channels are mirrored, like it's vice versa for men. The right channel is the male channel, and the left channel is the feminine channel. And for women, it's opposite. The right channel is a female channel, and the left channel is the male channel. Mm-hmm. And about the chakras, it's quite a big topic, but if just to say in a couple of words, Muladhara, which is the source, it's like the spring from where it's coming, the energy. And also it's the root and the sexual chakra, so it's carrying all our sexual feelings, impacts, like with whom we had a sexual relationship, or even it was not the actual sex, but it was just the imagining. It's all this imagination, or we see some sexual dream. All it is having impact on a root chakra.
Okay.
So by meditation, you are cleaning the root chakra. Otherwise, if there are some heavy intentions, they will not gonna disappear. Like if someone is having uncontrolled sexual desires or unhealthy sexual desires, all those informations are collected mainly there in a root chakra. So when one reaches the level of understanding those rules, of course, is starting to understand which way to clean the chakra.
I see. And because so that's the source of the spring, right? So if you don't clean those, if you have like let's say a man who visits like prostitutes, right? Mm-hmm. So he's getting all that memory there.
Yes.
And he's not cleaning any of it. That will flow up the stream, basically, right? Up the central channel of your body, right?
All the information which was collected there will. It's like when you have the house, and your house is the drinking water pipe is plugged to spring, and the spring is, for example, on the mountain. Some cows are peeing there, or some other farm animals. All the dirty water comes to your pipe, and later on you want to make some tea, you use this water. So you need to put a filter, not to use the dirty water. The same is with this. There are like and there are like very different layers of the dirt, of the information, like garbage, and some of the dirt is quite thin. It's like very high quality dirt, let's say. So first is the big garbages, the most easiest one to take out.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, and then when you take the big layer of the garbage, then obviously like when the room is really dirty, you take the big dirt, and then you see that, for example, the TV screen has some small dust. So you decide that now that everywhere is more or less clean, it's not beautiful to see the TV screen with the dust on it.
Right.
But before, when it's all dirty, you don't give attention to small dust. The same is with the chakras, and the information is there. And as higher we go, Svadhisthana chakra in Manipura is more like an oven. Like those two chakras are working in a many different ways, but they are also responsible for digestion, and they are responsible for our good when you power.
Okay.
Yeah. So when someone wants to break our power, like we feel some unhealthy vibration, that part, that means that someone wants to suppress our Svadhisthana chakra, let's say, or
Okay.
and here I want to talk a bit about digestion, because when we eat any food, like let's say we eat an apple, the apple has its prana, which the scientists they're calling enzymes. So this prana is possible to make a photo shoot, like picture with it's called the Kirlian photo camera. You can search in Google Kirlian photos, and you'll see like a butterfly or an apple or a leaf, and it has some glowing part over it, which is prana.
Okay.
And they compare like two apples to get side by side. One apple is alive, and the other is cooked. So cooked apple also having some prana on this photo shoot, but it's very small and it's damaged on many places. But when the apple is alive, it's fresh, it has a very healthy kind of like a light ball over it.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
when we eat the apple, let's say we were fasting for 5 days, no food, just water, and after this we bite an apple, or let's say we were eating an apple. Just as soon as we chew a little bit of the apple, we feel that the energy is recovered, like we are feeling more energized. And chemically, it's not possible that just the bite of the apple is just you are still chewing it. It's not even gone anywhere, but you feel energized.
Right.
It's because we consume first of all the prana of an apple, the enzymes.
Okay.
And the chakra which is consuming this prana is a heart chakra, the anahata chakra. And all the type of foods which are we having allergy or we can digest, it has two points. One point is energetic, that our anahata chakra is weak enough to digest this prana of let's say strawberry. And the other thing is we have specific allergens, specific particles in our intestines which are affecting and causing some like skin change or something like we're sneezing or whatever.
Right.
And the third part of the allergy is psychosomatic, that which means that because of something in our life that we were not accepting hardly, we deserve to have the allergy. Because what is allergy? Allergy is like kind of inside opposition, like some party is doing
Conflict.
the opposition meeting inside you and is telling like,
Yeah.
I'm not agree with something. So the same way we were dealing with your allergy, it was like we were dealing with the psychosomatic part, the physical part, and energetical part. Three parts all together. And this is where I wanted to ask you about some news about the allergy, how it was going on. And also, it was like the milk products were having some side effects on you, and also the fruits.
Yeah. So it was all pitted fruits, nuts, apple, cherry was the worst, and very recently I took a bite of an apple after all this work that I've done, and nothing happened. I was so amazed. Because every time I would take a bite of an apple, I was getting this like I wouldn't call it swelling. My throat would swell a little bit, but my mouth was very like uncomfortable, almost like painful, and it was itching so bad. It was like really an unpleasant feeling. And just recently, I ate an apple, like half of an apple, and I didn't have any reaction. And with the milk products, dairy products, when I was starting not starting this process, but when I was reintroducing foods after my 4 weeks of just raw food, I was starting to eat cheese, like goat cheese, and it was fine at first. It was okay, just because I was not sensitive enough to feel the effect that it was having. But as I got deeper and sensitized more and got more in tune with myself, I could feel dairy products as they were being digested by my stomach. It was starting to cause some bad, like, negative thoughts, like particularly negative thoughts about myself, like self-doubt or and I remember I would eat a totally vegan meal, and I look in the mirror and I liked what I saw. But if I ate cheese, goat cheese, as the protein in the meal, I would look in the mirror and I was really disgusted with what I saw. Like, it would really have a powerful impact on my mind. So I stopped eating dairy for a long time, of like months. I was just vegan because of this, and I grew more and I grew more and I got deeper and sensitized myself more and healed more things. And now dairy has no effect on me. I remember when I was first starting to have dairy again, I could feel a slight effect, but it was almost nothing. And it was amazing, because it was like really showing me that as you progress through these different stages of this process, your body is really changing so much. Like because the reaction to these foods is like, it's a real, like, a physical reaction. It's like affecting your thoughts and affecting your body and your perception of the whole world. But the more you grow, like the more you can feel these things and then fix these things. And now I can drink milk and I can eat cheese. And I'm sure later along the line, if I sensitize more and go even deeper, I'll find some finer problems that need to be solved with my diet. But the progress that I've made it's amazing to me. Because I remember one time I ordered a cappuccino by accident because I was not thinking about this. I don't know, it just slipped my mind. Like the mixing of the milk and the coffee and all these things. But I drank it and I went home afterwards and was having this really bad wave of negative emotion. Like I was crying and all this stuff. So, but yeah, now I drink milk and I'm okay. I don't have any negative thoughts. Even I was having like good positive thoughts from the milk I was drinking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
About the milk and milky products, there is quite powerful movement in States and in Europe, which is called vegan movement, and it's against the milky products and so on. So I want to tell a couple of words about this because the ethical part of this is really good and nice, because now modern dairy product industry is very much like spoiled, and they keep the cows and the goats in a very bad situation, and they even make some glass window in a stomach of the cow. If you saw these pictures, they make kind of like an illuminator, so they can see what's happening inside, and they open it. So they put the specialist puts the hand inside the cow stomach and checking something. I don't know what they are checking, but
Oh my God.
it's so much like robotized, and the connection between the human being and the cow is really became like miserable. But if we take the old version of a relationship between the man and the goat or the cow, when I'm not talking about the meat industry, but just because for one family in a village, one cow could produce milk for years and years, and they were like really loving this cow, like they are giving a nice name to it, and even there are stories when for example, the cow was so much attached to the family that if in a family somebody was getting sick, the cow was starting to cry, like you initially see the tears.
Yeah.
And usually the friendship with the cow was becoming like so tight that it was like a family member. And if the cow delivering a baby, it's giving the milk for the baby, and they take care of the mother and the baby like the man. So the cow is sharing the milk with them. This is another level of culture of having the milk and other like dairy products. But when we have this kind of unhealthy relationship with an animals, that's not good.
Okay.
So
Because that was one of my questions was is there something special about milk since it's milk from another animal and it's normally just intended for the calf, right? But now we're drinking it. So is there some special thing about this?
first of all, it depends on how we drink it, what kind of consciousness we're drinking the milk, and our body is ready to accept it. Like in your case, it was there were some problems with the milk and digestion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the first thing that the person by itself, is he ready to drink the milk or no?
Right.
But if you look at the ethical part and the physical part, again, like with milk, it's possible to even cure some problems, like some disease, and if somebody is just tasting it's not important to drink lots of milk, but if you taste the milk and you consciously like feel how the taste of the milk is just going all over your body, then you are putting your cells of your body in a certain situation which is really healthy.
Okay.
So yeah, there is a whole big of the world about milk and about in general digestion and the human behavior. So it's not so easy to say just one way the milk is bad or the milk is good.
Right.
About the meat, I would say like it's totally not acceptable, because with the meat you are killing the animal, and the animal is very conscious being. It's suffering, and it's having like very bad emotions, and the water, like the water which is inside the meat, is memorizing this suffering information, and when you eat the meat, you are basically swallowing the suffering of the animal. I'm not talking about that it's bad for the animal when it's killed. It's totally another thing, of course. But if someone is just purely egoistic, and this person wants to know that is it good to eat meat or no, just if you don't give a shit about the cow, just you should know that it's, first of all, it's bad for yourself, because the meat is really easy rottening product. It is rottening very easy, and it's bringing some bad chemical reactions in the intestine. And because our intestines are quite long, for example, if someone's height is 1 meter and 80 centimeters, that means that the intestines is like 18 meters. If
Wow.
we will just stretch the intestines to all the full length, because inside us they are like in a some ball form.
Yeah.
So if we will unbind it, it will be 18 centimeters. So for the dog or some animal which is wild animal eating meat, it's the intestines are very short, so it's not having enough time for rotting. The wolf or the dog is eating the meat, and right after some time it's going out, and what is digested is all the, if it's a raw meat, all the blood and all the juice is coming from the intestines to the body, and the rest is going out. But we are not that way. We have quite long system, So till it's always passing the meat through this big labyrinth, it's rotting all the time, and it's causing this kind of like an infection all the time in our body. That's why people who suffer from some infections and so on, when they stop eating meat, immediately those problems are just going away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other part of the meat eating is, of course, the ethical part, when you are killing a very conscious, very high being. Because as I told you, just if there will be some relationship with cow, the cow will cry when she will feel that somebody who took care of her is suffering. And there are many these kind of like stories. So if you get to the stage when you understand that the animal is quite conscious being, it's just in a state that can't talk like we talk, but it can understand everything, and has some even compassion, many human kind of things that we think that only those feelings are for humans. No, the animals are also feeling all the spectrum of that feelings. So if you reach this stage, you automatically understanding that it's not good to take the life of that being for just your beef steaks or your daily food.
Yeah. Right. Okay. That was another one of my questions. Was is meat bad for you, and can you explain why? But you answered that. So that's